So we moved to Aqilla as our finance system in January. So we've been using them for 8 or 9 months. We've seen huge improvement in terms of the finance team. We've halved our month end. It was taking us 10 days a month to do our month end. It's now 5 days a month. So lots of time freed up, essentially, for me, for my team. And obviously that means we can do more of the things we want to do, more of the forward-looking stuff, more of the analysis, more insight, rather than spending our time doing all the manual stuff.
We came to Aqilla because we were looking for some software that deals with projects well and multi-currency well and can also handle the needs of a group.
We've used Aqilla for now, I think 7 to 8 years before I got there, but I'd have to say I found it very straightforward to use, and I think it's been very reliable for us. But the biggest plus for me is that anytime we've got a query, the support team come back to us so quickly. It's the best support I've ever dealt with from a finance system.
Yeah, I think really it's all about what can save time, because actually the resource that matters is people's time. So anything we can do to free up people's time and automate as much as we can, that's going to add value.
With the team, yeah, no, they're really, really helpful. I've been working a lot with Charles, who's one of the, I guess, developers, is that his title? Yeah, he's been very helpful. So he's kind of got us through our whole implementation and training, and yeah, so it's good.
What I think is really good about Aqilla is it's a small team. So it's a small enough team that we know the people, particularly the team who are supporting us. We always get a fast response from named people who we know we can start to develop a relationship with, seeing some of them face to face here today. And that's been one of the real strengths, as was the consultant we worked with who helped us set up the product. So there's real value for us in working. We're a small organisation, and it's nice working with a small organisation rather than something very big and faceless.
Yeah, I think Aqilla are very easy to work with. They're very responsive and adaptable. So if you're kind of a small to medium-sized organisation, I can only speak from the charity side, but it works perfectly for us, and I think I'm sure it would do for many businesses as well.
Because prior to us joining you, I was a little bit skeptical because I didn't know if you could handle restricted incomes, because I know sometimes you have promises from different providers, and once you start using it, you kind of realize you've got into a deep end. But with Aqilla, there's no disappointment.
I think what's really interesting for me is the fact that Aqilla is constantly evolving. So the kind of product updates, for example, the one around fixed assets, that's definitely something we're going to be using. So for me, that's a big feature for Aqilla, I guess. The fact the product's never standing still, keeps updating, keeps improving. So that was one of the reasons we chose it, actually.
So for our size of organisation, we found there was sort of almost a gap in the market where Aqilla was one of very few people sitting, which were more flexible than some of the products which you can just buy off the shelf and probably are fairly well-known names. And then some products which can be very big and very configurable, but very, very expensive to set up, and probably more than we needed as an organisation. For us, Aqilla hit that market spot very well.
As an organisation, we find it very difficult to cover our overheads, and anything that enables us to automate and do things more quickly, more cheaply and more speedily is good news for us.
It really does what it says on the tin. It's very simple and straightforward.